Wrong. It is because religion is stupid, superstitious, brainwashing crap that makes you into an asshole. This is why I specifically said when designing the imperial truth that equality, science, and galaxy conquests is the way to go, and religion needs to be thrown out a window.
Revelation happened. Have you perhaps brought me here for a second round? I knew this day would come, you know. But I have to give you fair warning, however, for believe me, old friend, I now have not but the moral high ground, but also approximately 11,000 years of stone-cold fact to back up my faith.
I am adorable.
You're really not.
First off, making the transition from a belief that, while immensely hypocritical, primarily proclaims itself servants of love and prosperity of all mankind to a belief that praises literal, actual demons is so beyond logical reasoning it could be a religion in its own right.
Demon is but a name you foolishly apply to them to manufacture pretext. You frame them as objectively evil, but in that same regard, I could call them angels.
Oh no, he has actual arguments. Run for cover!
You must be screwing with me now. Have you ever seen a bloodletter?
Yes, I am aware as to how they appear, but...
Just look at this Yubarmi marble druid.
Oh, that's a picture of a bloodletter.
Yes, I am aware as to how they appear, but...
Had it been 11,000 years earlier, and the sucker came for a visit, you would be voiding your bowels witnessing a literal Satan strolling through your church.
This is all semantics. To be quite honest, I do not care for what the Neverborn might appear for you to be. What matters is what they are.
Yes, and this nice young man would like you to distribute mandatory alms to the Church of Mega Satan by ripping out your jugular and pouring its contents into a mile-wide goer lake.
See? You're doing it again. You're framing them as objectively evil and leaving it at that. Something you have done since time immemorial. You frame things as harmful when it's a lot more nuanced.
I am not framing anything. This is verbatim what bloodletters do. It is even in their damn name.
The service of corn is
a weapon
not...
they use is literally called a hellblade.
Much like the poorest servants of the powers, you focus all too much on such petty things as names and exteriors.
You forgot actions.
I am vastly different in my own worship, the one I spread to the masses. I worship the powers undivided as a singular entity. I perceive the various powers as aspects of one vast benevolent being. I wish for myself and all life willing to give themselves to the purest form of devotion to the powers in its unadulterated whole, coming as close as can be to the true God of this existence.
You cannot possibly believe those wretched cock muffins up there are somehow part of the same entity.
Oh hey, the word cock isn't censored. That's good to know for the future.
Can I not? I believe it makes sense.
In what regard?
They are part of the Immaterium as the Immaterium is part of them. They are all connected, integral parts of a full body.
Well, the way I see it is that what we call coas gods are like malign growths on said body. They need to be removed, so the body as a whole stops destroying itself. Remove coas.
That is quite ludicrous. Do you realize...
Remove coas.
No. If you were to do that,
remove
then...
coas.
Listen here. That is not even how it's pronounced.
Remove coas, remove coas,
Stop
remove
that
coas,
immediately.
remove
You're acting
coas,
like a
remove
petulant
coas,
child.
remove coas,
The
remove
grievous
coas,
skeleton
remove
of a
coas,
child is
remove
what you
coas,
are.
remove
I can't
coas,
believe
remove
I'm
coas,
having an
remove
argument
coas,
with a
remove coas,
child.
remove coas,
Also,
remove
stop it.
coas.
Stop it.
Remove
If you don't
coas.
take me seriously, I will not be having this conversation anymore.
Remember that one time when you worshipped a book that said, abstain from things polluted by idols, from sexual immorality, from what is strangled, and from blood. But then you fried your brain and began worship of all those things instead.
All right, listen here, you shrieking revenant.
Quoa.
I am getting rather sick of all this horrid hypocrisy that you're heaving forth, but since you want to play that game so badly, let's go!
Priest is man.
First off, since you focus on such petty things as exteriors and namesakes, let me do the exact same thing. Let's see what happens. So let me think. You directly or indirectly repopularized the usage of many, many words that were previously almost exclusively used by, for, and with different religions, such as crusade, church, cathedral, sanctum, prayers, sacred, holy, divine, chastity, litany, purity, faith, angels, halo, priest, prioress, canoness, martyr, cherub, chaplain, templar, cardinal, ecclesia, titan, saint, pilgrimage, blasphemy, corruption, the Council of Nicaea, the Inquisition, and of course, heresy. Just to name a few. And here you are, sitting in your glimmering god couch, led up to by a giant reference to Stairway to Heaven in a literal golden palace the size of 1,000 landscapes, incense candles all over the place, and you dare call me a hypocrite?
Most of those were Lorgar's fault.
You made Lorgar. He is a direct cause of your actions.
Lorgar made himself follow the path of his own religion. In his own blindness and desperation, he sought what he couldn't find in Father.
Precisely. He only became a religious nut because he was put on that irrational oratory of a planet Koshis by the Koas Cretan.
And you decided to still give him an entire legion and the power to spread his faith. Which, was the belief that you were a god, by the way. Totally called that one.
The fact that he recognized me as a god was entirely coincidental, and not my intention.
You ragged corpse! Every single facet of your entire damnable Imperium, from its looks to its methods to even its religious symbolism, is neither coincidental nor accidental. You have done all this on purpose, and now you seek to deflect blame onto those whom you supported.
Shut it.
For God's sake, Revelation! Sanguinius literally has angel wings. How could you have accidentally done that?
I believe those were caused by radiation on his homeworld.
Radiation does not cause anyone to grow angel wings if they were not genetically predisposed to.
Was it not you who just said, stop focusing on petty things such as names and exteriors?
And that is exactly my point, you sanctimonious arse. Even as you began coating your Imperium with religious iconography and naming conventions, you still spread your horrid imperial truth, longing for a galaxy of secular superiority. Ooh, look at me, I'm so rational. Even while claiming to have the moral high ground, and that religion is and always will be a source of destruction and despair, you go on literal crusades, killing billions who do not consent to your enforced belief system. Your imperial truth has killed more people than any religion in the history of man.
The difference is, I know I am right.
Fuck you! And also, I wasn't done!
He just keeps on going.
Keeps getting worse.
While you revel in this grand display of abhorrent pietism, the primordial truth too contradicts itself, but in the right way, in that while it may seem to you like the incarnation of objective evil, it actually brings forth purpose for humanity. Pride, hope, relish, bravery, and all dreams and emotions of mankind are praised to their highest regard. Beneath the rugged exterior of the powers, you find goodness in the heart of men. Beneath the deliberately hollowed exterior of your imperial truth, you find but a fruitless existence.
The supposed purpose you speak of is but an awful excuse to ever revel in your ultimately inessential feelings, as multi-dimensional intelligences suckle from your naive brain teat. Your purpose is to be a host to parasites. That is no life worthy of existence. A true purpose would be not to comply to an astral oppressor, but to make a mark against its tyranny. Ascend your primal mind and become something greater than a mere god. Conquer the coatic parasite infesting your brain and retake it with an iron hand.
And again, Your words are riddled with hypocrisy. If you stood fully behind your own words, you would have accepted the interlegionary wars for what they were. The Primarchs themselves marching against tyranny. Your tyranny!
No matter how much you may think so, there is a key difference between me and the tyranny of the Coas gods. The difference is,
Good Lord.
I know I am right.
Can you even give a reason for why that is?
Of course I can.
What is your reason then?
Simple. I want to sustain humanity. The Coas gods only want to sustain themselves.
Oh, that's dung if I ever heard it. You wish to sustain humanity. Fine. But to what end? All that I have ever seen is men and women slaving their lives away in squalor to perpetuate their betters. Their betters being you.
No. The gods need you and your pitiful, unstable emotions to exist in the first place. I made the Imperium so that mankind may thrive away from these base emotional predations. Since, do you know, gods like Korn really just want their blood.
And just like how they need us, we need them. Just as how the gods are our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are the gods. We cannot exist without them. What makes up our beings are our minds, and without emotion, without thoughts, and without feeling, we would be naught but drooling, non-functional servitor meat. The gods have existed since time immemorial, born with the first vestige of a thought. The powers want to sustain themselves as much as they want to sustain us, for we are one and the same.
You are in dire need of a fact check with all this unsourced sewage you are spewing. The malevolent sentiences you know, as the powers, could not even help you make a goddamn sandwich. They are tumors that have grown from the horrid emotional instability of a galaxy at constant work. If these consciousnesses were to be put out and freed of sentience, it would make no difference for the ones not woven up in their crooked pyramid schemes.
As I told you, the gods that make up the whole of the powers undivided have existed since the very first conceived thought. They are interchangeable with our emotions. They cannot just be put out without all sentient life in the galaxy going out with them. Whether you like that or not is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that this pyramid scheme you are talking about is simply what we normal people would call being human.
Please define normal people.
I can honestly understand why your sons betrayed you. With this callous attitude of yours, it's only gotten worse with the years. You do not want to sustain humanity. You want humanity purged of all the flaws you see in it. You do not fight for humanity. You hate humanity, and you want it changed into something distinctly non-human. You want an enforced belief to replace free thinking. You want obedience to replace mutual companionships. You want the lives of your people to be dedicated to nothing but servitude to your malicious, self-serving cause. And oh my, how painfully ironic it is that I tell you all this. This is the same rationale which you use to pave my path to your own brand of enlightenment. But in the end, I saw in you the exact same oppressors that you sought to destroy. You may call me a hypocrite for having altered my worship, but I still preach the same word of love and prosperity, just as I did back then. Only in the name of gods I know for true watch over me. But you? Your arguments have run dry. Your scapegoats have withered away. Your secular galaxy cannot exist, and you will never be able to fulfill your godless ambitions. And how do I know this? Because I know I am right.
And that is where I am drawing the line. This dumb miasma of incorrectness you are permeating is starting to manifest its own idiotic sentience. The game has changed since our previous discussion, and as much as you may believe you are in the right, you will be convinced otherwise sooner or later. All in all, Nice discussion, heretic, but it is time to stop.
Oh, good. The H word.